Borussia Dortmund want, which we hear is sort of 150, 160 million euros. Well, Real Madrid, as Sam points out, have financial issues, but also when they want a player, they tend to get them, but they tend to get them at the price that they want to get them for. And if that's not at the level that Borussia Dortmund want, then he'll stay at Borussia Dortmund should Man City not do it. Manchester United could come into this equation in some form because he's a player they like, of course. He's a player that everybody likes. And with this potential takeover at Old Trafford, that could free up some finances that could allow them to spend heavily in the summer. But I don't think they're in a position to sort of progress on that one at the moment. And Chelsea bought in Enzo Fernandez already, so I don't think they're at the front of the queue. So it feels like there's a good chance he might stay for an extra year. He's just 19 years old. There's 2 years more on his contract. They might try and renew him, put a release clause in. There's no release clause at the moment. So it's just unpredictable.
David Ornstein, they're talking about the Jude Bellingham situation, and he's got his sources and opinions, and by many seen as the #1 transfer expert in the world. So he gets a hell of a lot of respect from me and many other people. Where's he going to end up? Could it be Manchester City, Man United, Real Madrid, Arsenal yesterday linked to him in many ways? But we know that Liverpool have pulled themselves away. We're going to delve into this. We're also going to take a look at something crazy that Todd Bowley has said and done. Arsenal looking at a brand new right back and midfielder who Liverpool are going to move on to in relation to them not getting Jude Bellingham and the Man United takeover. Smash the like button right now. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace and you have the bell notifications turned on, my people. And of course, download the latest episode of the Top 6 podcast now on Spotify. But what's really interesting, I trust in everything that Ornstein has been told as being correct and accurate. Reports in Germany, though, are suggesting that Jude Bellingham will not consider signing for Chelsea, Man City, or Paris Saint-Germain. And their rationale for this is he's made it clear that he doesn't want to sign for an unattractive and soulless club. The article goes on to say the talented teenager is no longer linked with the move to Liverpool, but Klopp's side reportedly calling their interest on the Englishman, instead focusing their attentions to bring in multiple additions. This will come as great news for Europe's other top clubs. According to multiple German sources, Bellingham will not consider the majority of these sides and is not concerned about which team will offer the most money. Instead, the 19-year-old wants to pen a deal with the prestige club who possesses values like passion, honor, and reputation. Now, when I see headlines like this, the first thing that comes into my head is bullshit. And I've got to call it out. This man is going to sign for the best team for his career. The thought that the teams like Man City and look, I'd rule out Paris Saint-Germain because there's no point going to France for him. They might win the Champions League, but he could win 10 Uber Eats leagues, and the world of football wouldn't give a toss. It's not a trophy that anybody cares about, and trophies are all that matter at the end of the day, and we all know this. He's moving to the Premier League or Real Madrid, and as Ornstein said, 150, 160 million pound could be too much for Real Madrid unless they sell a Camavinga or a Tchouaméni, if they raise some funds in relation to that. What's also been reported by Patrick Berger, a very credible source, that Man United have an outside chance of signing Jude Bellingham. Erik Ten Hag urgently wants the Dortmund midfielder. Now, Man United are constantly linked to him, but the underlying story always reverts back to, but if the takeover goes through. Man United are working on these deals. Man United are working on them. They will be telling the players and the agents, look, it's all going to be fine. We've got the money. We can release X, Y, and Z. Takeover is going according to plan. It's a nonsense that Man United will sit on their hands and do no work towards the summer just in case the takeover doesn't go through. They're not. They've done some stupid things, but they're not that stupid. There was an article today that came out that said that Manchester United have a significant financial black hole from the Glazers that could cost them signing Jude Bellingham. It is said that the Devils still owe around 300 million to various clubs in unpaid transfer fees. This could ruin their chances of negotiating a successful move for Bellingham, given the money it is likely to take, leaving Real Madrid and Man City as the front runners. And there is elements of truth to that, but the takeover is going how it's meant to. I know that one of the potential bidders, the Finnish guy, kicked off yesterday because there's a third round of bidding, but most of the experts predicted a third round of bidding. So him throwing his toys out the pram is very weird to me, because everything is exactly where it's meant to be. But for me, Real Madrid, Man United, Man City, they're the three teams that are going to go in for Jude. That one of those three teams are going to be the individuals that sign him. They're all in the race, and it's going to change between now and when he moves. The leader of that pack is going to change significantly. Hit the like and share button and subscribe. Up next, we're talking a little bit of Arsenal. It's reported here that Arsenal have made contact with Wolfsburg defender Baku over a potential summer move to the Emirates Stadium. He says, however, it seems though that the North London side could be poised to face stiff competition, as the likes of Chelsea and Villarreal are also said to be vying for Baku's signature. The Gunners, it says here, the Gunners' interest in the German player who can play right back and right wing, but they are not alone in interest, as Chelsea made a call themselves, during the winter window. Villarreal also want to make a bid. Now, let me just say this: Villarreal are going to be no problem unless Arsenal's package they offer is you'll be back up to Ben, you'll be back up to Saka, you'll start, some League Cup games. Maybe then he'll go to a Villarreal if they want him as a first teamer and go, that's a better move for me. But I don't see Arsenal being beat to a player like this. And I've read about him this morning, very talented guy. They're not going to be beat to him. Equally, when it comes to Chelsea, I know Chelsea have signed major targets ahead of Arsenal before, just in this winter window gone by when it comes to Mihajlo Mudryk. But Reece James is there. They've got the young, whose name eludes me now while I'm recording, the young right back from Lyon coming in. He's predominantly a right back. So I think the Chelsea element is a load of nonsense. It's the case of the media trying to drum up more competition, make Arsenal bid and pay more. But it appears Arsenal are the front runners for this young man. Another exciting, and I wouldn't say overly young. I think is he about 25 years of age? I'm going to Google search that again. I researched him this morning, and that's what he appeared to be. Is it 25 years of age? Yes, 25 years of age, just turned. So really good age and profile for Arsenal as well. He isn't a 20-year-old kid who's going to have to learn the game. He's a fully grown man, would have gone through his formative years, ready to really settle down now and, push on massively with his career. German international with a handful of caps. I think playing for a team like Arsenal could elevate that to another level. A little bit of an eye for a goal as well. Real talented player. Would love to see your thoughts and feelings on that. We also have here's a story that connects to Arsenal, and it states that Liverpool, after missing out on Jude Bellingham, they said it's sad news for Arsenal. It is widely reported that the Reds have given up their pursuit of Bellingham, who is deemed to be too expensive. But according to the Mirror, this has resulted in Jurgen Klopp turning his attention to other midfielders in the form of Brighton's Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice of West Ham. And look, I understand this. Of course, Liverpool are going to turn their attention there. But those two players are still anywhere between 80 to 100 million pounds each. Arsenal have more money than Liverpool now. Arsenal are more attractive than Liverpool now. Arsenal could be champions or could be narrow runners up going into a new season with, we already mentioned Baku that could be getting signed. They're linked to top forwards. They're linked to top midfielders. They already have a brilliant young squad that's going to be a year older, a year more experienced. This Arsenal team is going nowhere. For me, without being disrespectful, I think it's baloney. I think it's baloney if Liverpool fans think they can come in ahead of Arsenal and take their targets. The only way they get them ahead of Arsenal is if Arsenal pull away and look elsewhere. If Arsenal want Rice, they are landing him over Liverpool. If they want Caicedo, and that's the number one target, he's going to Arsenal over Liverpool, in my opinion. A lot of work has already been done by the Gunners. I'm not writing Liverpool off. I'm not saying it's impossible, but they might get one, but they're going to get the one that Arsenal do not go for. And from my point of view, listen, they've got to spend some money. They've got to invest elsewhere. But there's no way, in my opinion, Liverpool are signing both of those players. I know some Liverpool fans online have got very excited at the prospect of getting both. You're not going to drop 160 million pounds on two new midfielders. Not when you need new defenders as well. In my opinion, you'll get midfielders, but it'll be an expensive one and then a less so expensive. An 80 and a 35, 40 million is more likely to be what Liverpool do in this circumstance for me. I want to take a little look here at what I was actually shocked, genuinely shocked to see this. I saw the report on it, but this is Todd Bowley before the game yesterday. Take a little listen to this.
How was the dinner? was a very nice meal.
Yes?
Yeah, good meal.
We are live for El Chiringuito. Our result for today?
Chelsea's going to win.
How much?
3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
You hear the laughter. Listen, this is the thing, right? I know Clearlake are involved. He isn't the only owner. I know he has sporting directors. This man has got to learn when to keep his mouth firmly buttoned up. Chelsea were very likely to lose this game anyway. Very likely to lose this game. But it adds insult to injury when the manager, one of the owners, one of the key faces now of Chelsea, makes ridiculous, bold predictions like this. How often have Real Madrid been beaten 3-0 at home by anybody in the Champions League? I don't know the actual stat off my head. Some of you may know and write it in the comment section. But it's an outrageous comment, in my opinion, to make. It sets the club up with more pressure. It makes you a laughing stock when it goes wrong. Somebody's got to be in his ear. You know, the trajectory of Chelsea, the fact that no new manager has come in yet. They don't appear to know who they want. They interviewed Luis Enrique this week. They're interviewing Nagelsmann. The process is taking a long time, and they're sinking in the league. They've won. They've lost 16 games and only won 15 all year. They've lost more games than they've won. Spent £600 million, and they need to tighten up. They need to pattern up. They need to behave a little bit better for me. Doing this, you should just say, yeah, I had a lovely meal. We're looking forward to the match. Two brilliant teams. You give me your thoughts, or just say nothing. Maybe nothing would be even better. Man's got to learn to be media trained, because he's really embarrassing a club like Chelsea for me. Look, viewers, I really appreciate you all tuning in today. Please hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe to The Terrace. Turn on the bell notifications, as I always ask you to do. The algorithm is not your friend, so you need to turn those on. I know about 1,000 extra of you have turned that on in recent days, which is amazing, and I have so much respect for that. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.